Hello guys, hi. This is Piu, the Mommy on Mission on Instagram. So today I'm walking in the house, so I thought let's start talking to you as well so that I can share my story, my view, my journey with you so that you get to know me a little or you get inspired a little. If you are a hater who just hates me for no reason, you can skip this video. But if you are a hater and if you're curious to know what I'm talking about, then maybe you would end up liking me. So stay till the end. So, my story, I have been a problem child since the day I born. Uh, I had lots of issues growing up. I had epilepsy. I had to go through a lot of medications, steroids. Then it impacted me, not back then, but as I grew up. I went to 10th standard. I started gaining weight. I was always the heavier child, not too heavy when I look back. I wasn't that heavy, but I was always healthier than the rest of the team. So I've been always called upon, you know, engine or the fattier one or the uglier one. Everybody else is going to get picked up. Dresses are not fitting. So all that things happening when you are just a child, so that leaves a mark on you, on your body, on your mental health. So that did leave a mark. I grew up, I always had that thought. Since I was not accepting myself, I had that thought that nobody will accept me the way I am. So I always hated myself. I jumped into conclusion that I have always decided no, I've been going to, I have going to be I will be rejected. So, no matter where it was, a relationship, choosing a college, choosing for the project, team members, many things. So, that aspect has been impacted. So, that is your mental trauma. Apart from that, when I grew up, I thought I'll not find a partner, and I had some rejections by the people who were there, you know, for the marriage proposal. I've been rejected not once, not twice, not thrice, more than that. You can guess more than that. So then I found my partner, and it was a love marriage. He loved me. Now that's another story to tell. Today's focus is on journey. So yes, I finally found my partner, but I kept asking him, do you really love me? Do you really want to marry me? Are you going to change your mind? Do you really want to spend your life with me? Because I was questioning myself. I was not happy with myself. That's why I thought nobody would like me. Even if he was showing his love, it was difficult for me to accept. So that is again response of trauma. Then I conceived a child, a conceived, and I didn't conceive a child, but I conceived, and again I was not believing it, that okay, it is possible for me. I can create a human. This body is capable of creating a human. Still again, I was healthier, so doctor appointments they didn't go well. They never go well. Doctors are concerned, yes, but they don't think about our emotions. They just throw facts on your face. That's their job. But it does hurt you. Being healthier and with child, they always tell you that this could happen, that could happen. So yes, again, toll on your mental health that even if I've conceived, there's this possibility of not continuing the pregnancy that was always there, even if I've never acknowledged it till today, but it was there. Then after that, until and unless I didn't see the sonography where the baby is moving and all that, I wasn't believing that I have a child inside my body. I always thought, no, 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 doctor is going to tell me that it is just fat. I was always scared with that sonography. But I went there, I saw my child, and I finally realized, okay, fine. I can create a human. Maybe this body is not that bad. And post that, around 7.5 months, when I was pregnant, 7.5 months, I got the severe pain in my head, and I was asked to go to hospital. They asked me to deliver the baby. Had a horrible experience. Again, not for today. Just to let you know, I had a C-section premature baby, which was in hospital for a month because of early premature birth and ICU. In this duration, I also had some complications. So, yes, my body was not that good, and it did show it then. Post that, I somehow managed to reduce some weight, because you have to run behind your child and all that. But it started gaining again. I had some wounds on my thighs because of those injections that they were giving me, and that became worse, worse and worse and worse. uh, Post that, as I started gaining weight, my daughter, she started asking and expecting a lot of things from me. That's when it hit me. It took a lot of time for me to realize, but yes, that's when it hit me that if this small human being is going to be so dependent on me, how can I give up on myself? Why am I giving up on myself? It's not like that I've never taken care of my body. I've always worked out. I've always went for a walk, but it was purposeless. Like, and it was good. It was good. I'm not saying it is bad, but never a purpose, that this is something that I want to do, or this is my purpose of doing. So when you have a purpose, the same thing that you're doing has a meaning to it. And she gave me that purpose. Since then, it's been 3-4 years now. From that day, I've decided, no, I'm going to work on myself, and I'm going to make sure I work on myself daily. Not only physically, but mentally. I am not going to come across as a mother who hates her body, who doesn't trust herself, or who doesn't think she's worthy. Because that's how I spend my life, right? Thinking that I'm not worthy, or I shouldn't get things that I actually have in my life. So I thought, no, no more. No more crying over the small, small things. Accepting myself was the first decision that I took, because if I don't accept myself, I can't accept others to do that. I don't want her watching me that my mother is crying with the cupboard open and all the clothes on the floor every 2-3 days when she wants to go out. I don't want to be that mother and set that kind of expectation. So rather than that, I started doing things which I want her to do in her future. So instead of me, you know, telling her what to do, I want her to look at me and think what needs to be done. Now, still, one thing bothers me is that I am huge. I am larger than all those other mothers. I don't want her feeling ashamed of me. I don't want her feeling that my mother never took care of her. And that's why, at the age of, let's say 40 or 50, looking at myself, I think 50 max. So, at this age, by 50, where she has to take care of me, I don't want to be that burden. Not on her, never. So, that is my purpose. That is my reason of getting up and doing it daily. Right now, I work on myself mentally, physically. I again work on myself financially, economically also. I try to make sure that she has that future. So I'm not saying make somebody else your purpose. Everybody has right to have that kind of purpose in their life, but for me it's her, and that keeps me awake, that keeps me on my toes. I don't feel that, oh, I am so tired. I do, but I don't give that feeling that much of authority or that much of power to stop me. That's what you need to do. I want you to find your purpose, find your reason, And once you have that, there's no stopping at all, because I've not given that much of power to scale to tell me how much change I have in myself. I've given that power to myself. I see changes in me. I feel changes in me. I feel better. Now, today, at this moment, touch wood, all my reports are normal. All reports are normal. Like, I do not have a single issue, but I need to make sure that I stay this way no matter at what weight and what age I'm going to be. I want to make sure I am disease free. I'm not going to be a burden on somebody or anybody. And I want to make sure if I fall on the ground, I should be able to get up as long as I can. I know in the old age there could be issues with the bone, but not now, not at this age. So once you have that, once you understand why are we doing this, and wow, what is the reason, what is the purpose, once you have that, there's no stopping. I hope this helps you. I hope this motivates you. Now this flame that I have, not only the motivation, the discipline that I've acquired in my life, I want you to have that. Motivation just gets you started, right? But your discipline keeps you consistent. That will keep you going. If you're struggling to find your purpose, or if you're struggling mentally, okay, I'm getting out of breath, but I'm keeping this very real. This is how it is. So if you're struggling mentally, if you do not have anybody who can understand your struggle, who can understand what you're feeling right now, happens, right? Not everybody can understand me. Not everybody is going to be in my situation, so they might be there for me, but they will not always understand what I'm saying. So if you feel that there's nobody for you, or nobody's listening, or nobody understanding, I'm there. Drop me a message. Talk to me. I'm not going to judge you, because everybody goes through something. And if you feel that you're comfortable with me, or if you're comfortable with anyone that you have, speak to them, talk to them, because this is difficult, this is not easy, and it is not going to be like 1 or 2 months thing. It is going to be a long-term journey. You want to make sure you have those people in your life on which or on whom you can rely on. I hope you find such people. If you're struggling, I am there. I will definitely try my best to get in touch with you, to stay in touch with you. I have created a community of women who feel that they need each other's support, and I've created that community on WhatsApp. If you want to be part of it, just drop me a message. Thank you so much for listening to my story, my journey, and I have completed my walk of 13 minutes, which I will continue post this video as well. I will see you next time. Bye.